Hi Spartans, and welcome to the very first Tuesday Reviews Day. Now, considering that all of the most holidays are coming up, I decided that our first Reviews Day Tuesday was going to be on a Christmas themed palette. Now, don't get me wrong, I am not a Christmas-centric type person, even though there's a tree directly behind me in this shot. This is BH Cosmetics Miss Claus So Spoiled palette. So on the outside you have just a basic kind of cover. On the inside it has these nice little texture prints to them that are the imprints on certain shades in the palette. You have diamonds, snowflakes, bows, and I think what's supposed to be a poinsettia. I can't say that word. On the inside it says the most extra things come in small packages, XOXO Mrs. Claus. And Roger is only 5'8", so he thought that was hilarious. And then here is the actual palette itself. I thought it was gorgeous, and I love mini palettes because honestly, I'm never going to get through my entire makeup collection. The first Friday, Fashion Finance Friday, because I love alliteration, okay? That's just something about me. I love it, so you're going to see a lot of it on this channel. It is dedicated to the things that shelters actually need donated that people don't really think about, and that is a lot of like makeup and hygiene things. And as I was going through that, I realized how much makeup I own, and the fact that full palettes, full pad, what's that called? Full pans, not pads. I'm never going to get through some of my palette pans and some of the colors in my adult life. I just won't. So mini palettes like this, I think, are going to be what I purchase more of in the future. I just want to say that I bought this adorable reindeer headband for videos in December, and you can't see it, but just know it's there. Now, when we're going on, the first shade we have is Stone Cold, and what I'm going to be using in between shades so that my finger doesn't get all wet and adjust and change the way the shades look is a dry shade changer. You can get these on Amazon for like $1, and they're seriously game-changing. So we're trying Stone Cold. It has a palette imprint and it looks to be matte. And we're gonna do that above my birthmark. And they go on pretty smooth. Now BH Cosmetics, I've loved them for years. I fell into the take me back to Brazil craze and just stayed in love with them. The next shot was Nude Mood, and that's, I mean, it's a nude. What can you say? Spice Girl is the next one with a beautiful snowflake on it. I say too much. Now this was a darker nude. I like that they have nudes in a whole range, because the next one is Cinnamon. No. Yes. I can't read upside down. The next one is Cinnamon, and these are all mattes. And look, it's basically a whole shade range of different skin tones, and I like that. I would like to commend BH Cosmetics for offering nudes in a whole shade range for different skin tones. There are foundation companies that don't even do that, you know, so what needs to be said should be said. Good on ya, BH. Okay, new plan. My camera really hates going from my face to my arm, so I'm going to swatch, speak about, and I'm just gonna throw it in picture later and film all the different swatches, you know. So I have primer on my lids. I have a red skirt and a green shirt on. I know, I went all out Christmassy. Now, why don't I look at here? Because there's a beautiful color called Fireball, Kiss Kiss, and Turnt. Like, this whole row is just screaming at me. But when I want to give it a base, I think what I'm gonna do is go towards Cinnamon here for my inner darker base. And this would be time for a mirror. So it definitely lays with an impact, that's for sure. I thought about testing it with no primer, but then I wear all my makeup with a lid primer, so I didn't feel like that would be an equal first impression. Because if it just comes right off, well, I mean, how would I know if half my shadows would have done that anyway? I also want to note this palette was only $12 at Ulta. Can you tell that I'm nervous to be back on camera? This palette was only $12 at Ulta. There was also a palette that I think was $28, and it was big. Their palettes like never feel like a ripoff when it comes to size. Like, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 16 colors for $12, and it's good colors in my opinion. They're all very useful. And there's a whole line of blues. I hate when a brand does a palette and they just throw one blue in there. Like, thanks! What am I gonna do with this other than randomly take it out and put it with all the other random blues that palettes have given me over the years? Okay, and then maybe I can do something with all of those if all your formulas, you know, work together. But a random blue and a random coral together, a look does not make. I just, Okay, moving on. Now I always feel like my left eye doesn't get as, it just never looks the same as my right eye. They're sisters, not twins when it comes to makeup looks, that's for sure. And I think part of the problem is when I had a mini stroke, it affected the slack in this eye. Like, this one moves up and down just normal, and then this one's like a little slow on the upkeep and uptake of everything, and it makes me very self-conscious to be on camera. It's actually part of the reason I didn't like what I saw when I was on camera before and avoided being on camera for so long. A lot. So now that we've got a little bit of a base with Cinnamon, I think I'm gonna go over to Nude Mood, which is the second color in, and do a front base with that. And this is kind of just the standard, like, hooded smoky eye that I do all the time because, like I said, I'm running late. Although he always knows, like, if he says be ready by 7:15, I will not be. I know I said that I was just gonna give you guys like a time rip, but I'm just talking to you guys while I'm doing my makeup, so that's what I'm doing. Do you guys own any BH makeup? Because if you don't, you should check them out. I should also get a discount code to give you guys. I'll look into that before I post this video. So let's go on here. There's a color called Turnt, which is this color right here. I think that is what we're gonna use first. Now I'm gonna try it with a brush, but it is a glittery color. Ooh, ooh. One thing I wanna do before adding any glitter to my face, considering I've done all my face makeup. 1 second. Okay, so I know that these look ridiculous on, and they were kind of like a flash in the pan fad for a little bit, but there are a lot of people who still use them, and I am one of them. And it makes my camera not recognize me. moving on. Back to this color called Turnt. It's got on here. Let's stay. Let's go. You know, even on a brush, the glittery color still transfers really easy. That's super nice. I love not having to get my fingers all smudgy and dirty. And then I always wipe it on my thighs, and then I forget I'm already dressed sometimes, and I'm like, oh, I have to change. My ADHD really can affect my makeup sometimes. Or I just like get distracted by something else and end up not finished in time by the time we're supposed to leave. So now I'm using this color, which is Fireball. Oh, I miss Fireball. But I don't drink like that anymore. I'm gonna smudge it in the corner here. Now this color Kiss Kiss, I'm gonna use on the inner part of my eye, but I want to blend these other two out more. And this will be a real test to see the blendability. Because I don't want it to just get all muddy and fade out to my eyebrow. I just want it to blend where it's at. Which can be like a three-part issue. It can be your brushes, it can be the artist, and it can be the product. But this blends really nicely. I'm genuinely surprised at a product that was $12. Because I've bought some really expensive palettes that should have blended like this. And I was genuinely disappointed. I don't normally return palettes or products to like Ulta or whatever unless they are like ridiculously expensive, because I do know they, you know, destroy upon return, and it does not help the wasteful cycle of what is cosmetics today. But sometimes there's just a product that's expensive and it's made too many promises and I just feel lied to, and on that account then I will return. But if I get it here and it does everything it said it did, I'm just not as into it as I thought I would be, well then that's on me, you know. Okay, now Kiss Kiss is doing what I was afraid the other colors would do. It's just really not transferring with a brush, so let's try fingers, and that's what we were expecting. Let's see if I can blend it out now. At least blends out with a brush, so I'll take it. Okay. And then there's this color called Unwrapped right here, this big shiny pink. And that's what I want to do. I'm not even wasting my time with a brush. Right here. Now I want to do the top. And I don't know what the dance was. There is the appropriate named eggnog, so I think I'm going to take a little bit of that, take it up here, and then clean my brush. And then there's one called Bling Over. I guess instead of Bring Over? I don't really get it. But I'm also going to use that as the layer down. So we have full blending layers. And then, I don't know what that noise was. I make weird noises. Okay, so then I just like blend out the edges like this with a really good blending brush. Like a facial blending brush. And then use it to make sure I got all the glitter under there. But that is this. You wanna know close-ups? You do. If you're looking for a quick gift or anything, it's great. The only reason I ended up getting it, because I'm on basically a no-buy of everything, now that he knows how much I have of everything. And because Christmas is coming up, is because we dealt with a really ableist dentist situation. My tone sounds like this all the time, and there are always these people who assume that means I'm a bitch. I'll have to bleep that out. And when I was just asking questions about what was going on, this lady got really offended and started talking down to me and getting really aggressive, and my fiance stepped in and said, hey, I don't know what you're thinking, but that's just what she sounds like. She's autistic. She can't control her tone. Like, she's just asking questions. She's just confused, and so am I. Like, neither of us know what's going on here. And this was already after I had been verbally, like, flat out verbally attacked by their billing lady. Like, she's committing welfare fraud, and I wouldn't let her do it to me. So she basically called me a stupid R word in public. Like, she did the professional version of doing that, so I was already upset. And then literally I kept telling the lady, you know, please leave, after her boss told her to get out of the room. And she kept coming back going, like, this isn't who I am as a person, because she found out she was like bullying an autistic individual. And other people were hearing this. So she was like coming out trying to defend herself. Like, this isn't who I am as a person. I'm not an ableist. I'm not this. And Roger finally said, look, leave her alone. Because I kept crying. I was like, please leave me alone. Please go away. I'm overstimulated and you're just making it worse. Like, please go away. I was sobbing. I was outright sobbing, begging this dental assistant to go away. Just, I don't care where you go. Just have it not be in this room. Her boss was telling her to go away. No, she knew better than everybody. She knew my autism better than I did. She knew my autism better than my fiance. She knew what she was supposed to do better than her boss. I hate people like that. I hate them. But the fact that they're in the medical field, no. So Roger and I are going to get together on Monday, which will be in the past by now. And we're going to file an official report. And we're also going to file an official report about the fact that very much likely there's Medicaid fraud happening at that office every day. But yeah, I am not the person to push, because I literally went to school to learn how to stop people from defrauding those who are underprivileged. She picked literally the most wrong person to show what she was doing. Oops. But over everything, it works. It's great. I'm happy with it, and I hope that if you like it and you get it, I hope you're happy with it too. I am debating on getting the bigger one, but like I said, I just have so many palettes. The reason I ended up with this, I smacked myself in the face. I took a palette, I picked it up, and I smacked myself in the face with it.